You've got the Day of Reckoning in Saudi. We'll start off with Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. Like, can I just get your overall thoughts?
Just Wilder needs to get through him, and then that AJ fight's there.
Exactly. I don't know a great deal about Joseph Parker. He looks good. I know that he's Fury's mate. I've been watching a bit about him. He's Fury's mate, and I think for Wilder, he said it himself. Like, he's gonna fight the same as always. You know, go in there, look for that one punch. Which, to be fair, in heavyweight, it's what you want in it. Like, no one can criticize Wilder. I don't think. Exactly. I think from what I'm hearing, everyone saying is if Parker goes in there and tries to box him, he's gonna get knocked out. He has to kind of bring it to Wilder. And like, if you look at the only guy that's ever beaten Wilder, Fury, he brought it to him and he struggled on the back foot. So I think, as much as I don't know anything about Joseph Parker, I think that probably is the outcome. To beat Wilder, you put him on the back foot, see if he's learned much. But I don't know. Prediction for me.
I think exactly. Wilder probably will get him out of there.
I'm going to go Wilder knockout, and we'll go fourth round. We'll just chuck that in there. And then the next one, Joshua versus Otto Wallin.
Again, Joshua is having his resurgence after the Usyk losses. He gets through him, and then he's got the Wilder fight.
It's a tough fight though. Like, I don't know a great deal about Wallin, but from what I've been hearing, like, obviously he went the distance with Tyson Fury. I know Fury wasn't at his best, but he's only ever been beaten by Fury as well. Like, that's something that I've noticed. That a lot of these people on this card, the only people that have lost it is Tyson Fury. I think it'll be a good one. I think no matter who Joshua fights, it's interesting now because he had so much potential and he got there, beating Klitschko and stuff. But then it's kind of, since the Ruiz fights, he's been a different guy. I wasn't really into boxing as much when he was this kind of come forward fighter that would get in the knockouts all the time. But from what I've seen and what I've heard, it looks like he's trying to get back to that. There's kind of, rather than being tactical and on the outside, go for the knockout. So I think he beat Helenius by knockout. If he can knock out Wallin, it's perfect in it. Like, even Fury didn't knock him out. Yeah. It'll be good for the confidence. I think he's a confidence fighter right now. Like, he needs to kind of build back to where he was. And like, even when the Ruiz thing happened, it was all building for Joshua versus Fury, and then he lost to Ruiz. So I think that kind of knocked the train off the rails. So I think there's a way to get back to the top for Joshua, I believe. He just has to beat what's in front of him now. Like, he can't focus on Wilder right now. So yeah, it'll be a good fight, I think. What do you think about if Joshua and Wilder do fight in March? It's exciting.
It's a tough one. It'll be such a good fight, but I mean, it can go either way because like Wilder's he's got that punch in him, but he's not the greatest technical boxer of all time, but he's just powerful. He can change a fight in a second. And AJ, it depends. It all depends on how they perform on Saturday.
Yeah. That'll give us a better gauge. I think for me, people forget about the fact Wilder's knocked down Tyson Fury 4 times. I know it was over 3 fights, but like, that's big. And in my mind, if you can do that to Fury, you can do that to Joshua. I agree. It's going to take a moment of Joshua losing focus or Wilder setting something perfect up. But I think if they were to fight, Joshua, realistically, if they are going to fight, Joshua will have beaten Wallin. Wilder will have beaten Joseph Parker, so they'll both be at a good point in their careers. I think maybe Joshua comes forward and then maybe gets caught in the later rounds. I'm excited. I want to see Joshua back at his best because while I've been into boxing, I probably started properly getting into it when he was losing to Ruiz, losing to Usyk. So I'd like to see Joshua back at his best. And if he can beat a Wilder, that's huge.
It'll go into the later rounds either way.
Who would you say the favourite is? Wilder, Joshua. Bearing in mind, say Joshua's beaten Wallin at this point as well. I think Wilder's the favourite.
I think Wilder probably is, but it depends. If AJ goes in and just like knocks out thingy, it might twist it. But right now, it probably is Wilder.
Yeah, I see that. And then, best case scenario for Joshua, he knocks out Wallin, he knocks out Wilder. and he calls out either Usyk or Fury. Do you think he does anything against Fury or Usyk? Do you think he gets any success in those fights?
I think he could.
We're talking
End of the
hypotheticals. I know that. This is
end of the
all.
day, it's like he's not a shit boxer. Like he is up
No.
there. He can beat them, or at least have some success. He just has to really get his game plan perfect.
Do you think he's almost like a moment fighter? Like him losing to Andy Ruiz, no one expected that. Do you think like on the big stage maybe he gets up for it more? Obviously he beat Klitschko. I can't remember, was Usyk. I don't think Usyk was as big as what he is now when he fought Joshua, was he? Because he won the belts off Joshua, I think.
Well, the second time he was.
Yeah, but the first time maybe not. So I reckon maybe Joshua. He's got Ben Davison as his coach. Now that's Tyson Fury's old coach. Maybe if he can get Otto Wallin out there, he's got 2 huge fights in front of him.